things that you look for in your younger 20s to become attracted to a Chad or a Tyrone is not necessarily what's going to set you up very well into your 30s and beyond. If the goal is to have a family, if the goal is to XYZ or whatever that right? Mm-hmm. So like if you could go back and teach yourself something, would you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, well what would that thing be?
Boundaries.
Boundaries. Tell me more.
Boundaries are super significant.
They are.
Because there's so much that we know at an early age, and if we keep our boundaries intact, we would never have given Tyrone or Charles a chance.
Got it.
But because we kind of compromise on our boundaries, we get into things that really, like, our time is lost, like we waste a lot of energy, and it's really, really hard to kind of buy back that time, but we get really good lessons that we can apply later on. But I think that if I could go back, I would say, you know, like, keep these boundaries. They're super significant, and like they're going to serve me well in the future.
I feel like I think I have to take a step back from like keep your boundaries and just say have boundaries. Because I think for me in my 20s, I literally was just flying with the wind, just figuring it out and not taking a step back and saying like, you figure out what you want and then set your boundaries accordingly. I think that's one thing that I would teach. I think I have a couple of things I would teach myself. I would also teach I feel like I had like a very strong super save a hoe like syndrome.
Young women in their early 20s, and maybe they're just not cognizant of it as it's happening. But you're going for the cream of the crop. So you gotta understand, when you're going for the cream of the crop or like the best in class, they have options. So when they have options and they're getting DMs or they're getting hit up, right? Like they will most likely leverage those options, right? But meanwhile, as we talked about before, like in this hypergamous mindset, you got a Charles or a John chilling off in the corner, working on his purpose, working on his why, building himself up to be the best person that he can be, right? Has the most integrity, the most this, the most that, right? And then later on, he's the one that is probably the most attractive to you because now he has status. Now he has this, now he has that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to comment on that real quick and get your guys' thoughts on it because I feel like it's misdirected. Like if you try to go for like in your younger 20s, what is thought to be the best, right? Like other women think that as well.
Yeah.
Right.
I get that.
Yeah.
So I think we have to go back because we talked about this a lot. So sorry, like viewing audience. So we talked about this before the camera was on, but I think that a couple of things for me. One is like, it's a little presumptuous to say that in my 20s I was reaching for the cream of the crop. I don't think I was reaching for anything other than like who met my surface level kind of like
requirements.
Design. No, I don't even think requirements. I think that's too harsh of a term. I think for me it was like, do you make me do we have fun together? Right? And then it was, okay, fine if you have a certain level of social status, yes, that may make you even more attractive, but I don't know that was something that was a requirement out front, like you have to have this, otherwise I'm not even going to spend my time with you.
Right.
Because to be honest, in your 20s, you're working on potential.
Yeah, at least.
Like there's no factual.
No one's has a
nobody has announced anything yet. We're all kind of building.
What can I foresee you to be in your 30s?
That's real.
Yeah. What are you acquiring? Like what is your potential at this time? And that could shift. You could be in law school and drop out.
Yeah. People can get stuck in potential.
You
and
can be
never
a
like
party
make it to
promoter
that like
and
kinetic energy, right?
That's
Like they have super lofty dreams and goals, and then they get caught up there because they haven't built what it needs to, like, you know what I mean? They haven't managed tasks accordingly to get to that goal, and then those goals lead to those visions and, you know, whatever. So yes, I think in our 20s, everybody's at the potential stage. And then by like late 20s, early 30s, you start to see a separation of the crop, whereby the individuals that are making it into that, like getting into that kinetic energy, you're starting to see fruit. And then those individuals who are stuck in potential, and then either they make a turn down, right, and are getting worse, or they're just stagnant and because now you're stagnant and you're here, but I'm hitting that kinetic and my trajectory is still going up, and it's almost like, are you at a level where I can still choose to deal with you? Because it's always a choice, right?
But for men though, I feel like you guys remember the folks that rode with you through that 20s phase.
Yeah.
So who were the riders? Like, who were the people who sewed into me?
Well,
but at what
because we're a
point
lot
does it
more
become
logical thinkers.
But at what point does that become ridiculous? Right? Like at what point is the ride just too long? Like at some point, I can get like motion sickness here. Like I'm sick of being in the car. I'm getting cramps.
Well, dudes don't get motion sickness because we're much more logical thinkers, right? Like we're much more kind of grounded in data and analytics and logic.
So when you say logic, you just mean like basic definition of logic.
That's why men are so
not like logic versus emotion, and logic has some sort of superior mental state versus emotional state.
Well, I think it depends how you handle your emotions.
A scale of male ideology and female ideology, I'm somewhere more balanced, but I still tip on the side of male ideology.
Well, you're a male. That's why you have other people come on with their opinions as well. You give opportunity.
Absolutely. So we have feminists up here, the whole thing. But at the same time, it deserves challenge, right? Like, so I appreciate you saying getting the other side of the coin, but I also don't want, right? So like there was one thing that you said before, and it was like, in order to have empathy, that's a blue pill characteristic. I disagree with that.
Okay.
I disagree with that. I think a part of being an intelligent person is to understand not even just like knowledge intelligence, but also having emotional intelligence. They call that EQ as well. And I think that characteristic is irrespective of blue pill learnings or red pill learnings or or this, that, or in between. I think what won't help us, and this is what I see that's happening on YouTube, is that you have two forces, right? We, hashtag this is World War III shit that's happening.
Oh man, we'll talk about that later.
But the dating stuff, you have these two forces, right? You have the red pill type MGTOW knowledge and the far extremes of it and the outliers of it, and then you got the other side of the coin where women are saying, don't date him unless he makes this amount of money.
The Dusties, the Queens,
and he doesn't provide me this.
Shiras.
And the Ashas, the Shiras, and the ones that's in between. So the thing is that if you have these corners of the internet that are promoting and they're not communicating with each other, then what happens?
You polarize.
Or battle.
Battle, right. But it's kind of like it's kind of like a real life example of what's going on in our country. It's polarization. People go to their sides. Nobody's trying to come in the middle. Nobody's trying to understand the other side. And I think your platform allows for people to see both sides. Even if you do come through forcefully, no. Emotions are stupid. I love when you say that.
I think that it's our opinion and shit, and I appreciate any opinion that comes up here and let's have a conversation about it. But I do think that some opinions are more true than others. And my opinion is that if you take your ball and you go into your corner and you don't at least try to focus in the solutions and instead you complain about the challenges, you are a waste of space. you are not helping.
You're a complainer.
You're a complainer.
The tragedy that is the black man being out of the household and what that does to the thinking of black men, and then how that's
Let's stay
related
there.
to relationship between black women and black men.
Yes, and I think it's key.
Is it just black women and black men? Because now I want to talk about like
Interracial
is that
dating?
different?
Because
in
hypergamy
interracial
for me
dating?
is a white woman. Okay?
A what? Say it again.
A Caucasian woman. If you want to talk about hypergamy from the male perspective, that is 1000% what that means to me. And I've seen it in my grad school, I've seen it in community, I've seen it over and over again, that the status of a man, if he's going for status, that it can't look like us. We're successful, we've reached our prime in terms of our careers, but yet we're just not good enough.
I don't think a man will ever care about y'all status. Like, we don't care if you're Oprah or if we come across you working at McDonald's. What we do care about is y'all attitudes. Let's keep it funky.
So are we saying?
So are we aggressive?
No, wait. So what are we saying about a non-African American woman's attitude that would seemingly make them more attractive than an African American woman?
I think what's really sexy about women is to have a strong degree of femininity. And there's components of that have been lost within our community. And I think a lot of it has to do with the strength that it takes of a single woman to raise a
But why
family.
isn't strength and femininity the same? Like, why can't someone being strong? Why does someone being strong negate her femininity?
I think you could be a strong in your femininity.
Yeah.
I think a man doesn't want to.
Guys, leave a 1 down into the building if you can hear and or see me. We'll wholeheartedly appreciate it, and we're going to get this show on the road. Let me know. All right? This is the first time that I've utilized this mic. I want to say in about a month or so, I'm going to make some tweaks and some changes on the back end. Just let me know if you guys can hear and or see me correctly. Mostly hear me, because I already know that you can see me. Let me know while I get stuff situated over here. All right? Put a 1 down into the chat. Put a 1 down into the building. Let me know you guys can appropriately hear me and appropriately see me. We'll wholeheartedly appreciate it. And we're going to get this show on the road. Oh, I see some ones down into the chat. Hold on, let me get this up real quick, and we're going to get this conversation started. Hold on. Here we go. All right, guys, listen. We have a fantastic show for you here today, but we got a couple of housekeeping items to get underway before we get the entire show started, because guys, we gotta have this conversation here today. Shout out to everybody that came down into the building. You already know what time it is. It's time for that Red Cup Talk. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. We here. We here, we made it. Shit, and I got some stories for y'all, as well as I'm gonna dovetail at least one of those stories into the content here today. And then I want to open up the phone lines because, guys, we got to have a conversation about this. Okay? We got to have a conversation about this. Shout out to the super chats that's coming in. I saw one earlier. Shout out to Killer Hayes. I see you right now. Hold on, though. Let me address everybody that's down into the building for Red Cup Talk one more again. Guys, I was doing the mathematics. I was looking back at, the growth on the channel, and it's been over a year now. We've been doing this Red Cup Talks on Friday. Sometimes I skip a Fridays here and there, okay? Because as you guys know, I got so many things going on in my personal life, you know what I'm saying? I still got a 9-to-5 going on. And then on the side, on my side hustle is to be able to provide content for y'all for the purpose of being able to push the culture forward. You understand what I'm saying? Now, guys, do me a favor and hit on the like button for me, all right? I see over 500 people that's in the building right now, all right? That means we should have over 500 likes. No ifs, ands, or buts about that, okay? Now, a couple other housekeeping items as well. Guys, first and foremost, there's going to be a link down in the description box down below. You see the hoodie I got on? You see the Prince of All Sayings hoodie? Oh, don't play with me. That's branded specifically for this channel. You see this? Link down in the description box down below, all right? I've been slow dripping and feeding it in certain posts and comments, because I didn't want to let all of the information out, just to make sure from a process perspective, we had all of the back end stuff into place, okay, to ensure correct shipping, data collection, sourcing, and all of that. Link down in the description box down below if you guys are interested in the Prince of All Sayings hoodies. That's the first thing that I wanted to talk about. You already know what it is. It's the salmon. It's the first link down in the description box. That's the first thing. All right. I'm sure some of y'all are clicking off to go see what that is. Make sure that y'all come back. Second thing I wanted to hit in is Patreon gang standby. As y'all already know, we're going to be back in the Discord having an after party conversation. For those that are interested, there's a link down in the description box down below. If you want to be involved in the Patreon gang, let me tell you guys something real quick. I am so proud of my Patreon followers. I'm so proud of my Discord, which is tied to my Patreon. I'm so proud of them. The depth of the conversations that we are able to get into. Not only is it cerebral in thought and critical thinking in nature, but it actually helps me create content as well from a channel content perspective. And I say that because, guys, I sit over here in my own space and I'm just thinking of things that will push the culture forward, but there's no greater opportunity as those that are tied to my inner circle, my space, because we get to have these dialogues at even a more personal level than I can do for you publicly on this YouTube channel, all in the idea of pushing ourselves forward, to increasing our value, to challenge our minds in ways that it have not been challenged before. So if you are interested, link down in the description box down below, okay? That's the second thing. Third and final thing, guys, I don't know what the likes is doing right now because I can't see it, but make sure that you like the video. We got 600 in the building. We should be at least 550 likes into the building right now. Shout out to the super chats that's coming in. Where did you get your frames from? Are they blue? Yes, they're blue light filtered. Where'd I get them from? I don't know, some store up here. I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Send me an email. I'll do some research for you. I know where I got them from, but I don't want to see any store that gives out my location. Okay. Shout out to J Joe 440. Introduced the Blue Pill Brothers to Jason Black. The business YouTube channel is beneficial, especially if you want to discuss money, obtaining power. He has done an IT workshop for 4 solid hours. That's what's up. Oh, I did a reaction to him not too long ago. That's what's up. Thank you for sharing, my G. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. Peace, MTR. Appreciate that 1,000%. Shout out to everybody that's coming through and donating to the channel. As you guys already know, any support that you choose to give, wholeheartedly appreciated, as it is an investment back into the space. All right, guys, let's get into the content here today. Hold on. Thirsty. It's Red Cup Talk. What y'all thought? Where y'all red cups at? Where y'all red cups at? Cheers. Salud. Salud. Everybody down into the building. You already know what time it is. Delicious. Delicious. All right, guys. Let's get into the content here today. And let me also say this as well. Let me leave a link down up here right now before I forget, because this will be a call-in show, because we have to talk about some things. Hold on. Let me put the link down into the chat down below. All right, the link is there. Guys, if you are interested in calling into the show and have a discussion, because you already know what the topic is going to be about, let me know. I want to talk to people that do not agree with me, that have a dissenting view. That's who I want to talk to, because we got to have this conversation, because I have my position, and I'll reaffirm my position here in a quick second. But I have my position. I want to be able to hear yours in order to promote a discussion into the future. Man or woman, if you have an issue, that's the particular link. But let me talk about the things that I wanted to talk about. You guys already see the title of this particular video, and you see the thumbnail. So we're going to rehash some things, and then we're going to talk about something into the that I think is very important to be able to talk about. Okay. The reason why I wanted to have this discussion here today is there was a couple of videos that I released throughout the week. Okay. One of those being the Michelle, whatever her name is, Pink, and the scammer situation that she was exposed for because of the police report, the mugshot, and talking through that. And then earlier today, I uploaded a video to my community chat post, which was hit with comments, completely dissenting comments of this particular community chat post, which completely confused me, and especially when I think about myself as well as the direction of the channel. So I wanted to have a discussion based off of the difference of the reaction depending upon if it was a scammer that was uploading a video about, or if it was someone who was newly knighted a CEO of a major Fortune 100 company. And I wanted to talk through that here today. I think it'll be positive for all of us, okay? Because here's what I thought when I originally saw that the dissenting view and or reaction to the community chat post that I put up here today is damned if you do, damned if you don't. And that there's some people, irrespective of what it is that you show to them, they will continue to be cynical and negative, okay? And not happy with another person's success. And I think in any community, but especially in this community, it repulses me. So I wanted to talk about that here today, all right? Because the main purpose of this channel is to continue to communicate how you can better yourself. And I put up a post of somebody that was bettering themselves, and it confused me at the initial response. So I put the link down in there right now, the StreamYard link. All you need is a smartphone, and you can come up here. Okay, there's the link right there. And then let's have a discussion about it, okay? So here's the thing. Some people may never be happy with a degree of success. And in fact, I often talk about on this channel the crab in a barrel mindset. No matter what it is that you show to them, they will always try to bring you down, and they'll always try to second guess your accomplishments. And I tell you guys all day on the channel the importance of removing the abyss level thinkers within your life. All right? All of them, because they will do nothing but to be an anchor on you, to pull you down into a place, right, where you won't be able to achieve the things that you want to because of the weight of their negativity. All right? But I wanted to make sure that maybe I'm not missing a specific component of this conversation, because it would be disingenuous for me to not talk about or not give credence to that other people that don't agree with the things that I say may have a particular point. And I wanted to talk about those particular points here tonight. Okay, because I'll be honest with you, I was a little bit disappointed in the comments that I saw. All right. So with that being said, I wanted to go over a couple of quick things just to make sure that we're all on the same page. So let me share this real quick. Hold on. Because this crab in a barrel shit needs to go. Because honestly, at the end of the day, it just seems like it doesn't matter whether or not I show y'all hood booger, thought, wop katir, all right? And I do videos on this shit, and y'all still out in there like, yeah, MTR, talk your shit. And then I put up a post of a mother, married, has achieved something that the majority of not even people that look like me, but just in general, didn't have the ability to do. And you have incredibly negative comments about that. So I'm just confused because at the end of the day, it confused me into an idea of what do y'all want? Like, what do y'all want? I show you the hood booger shit. I show you the scammer shit. I show you someone who's doing fantastic things in life, and y'all still have some negative attitude about it. So I am confused. This is my attempt to try to understand. That's why I put the particular thumbnail of the video up in this video as to say, this is a versus battle, okay? Because I can call out all of the scummy hood booger shit until my eyes turn blue. But then when I call out some fantastic shit, y'all seem to have a problem with that shit as well. So here's the link, because you guys can stay into the comment section and be as anonymous as what you want, but you feel as though your position has merit, then call in. You shouldn't be scared. And I will say this, if no one's going to call in, it's going to be a ridiculously short show. But let's see if you want to stand on the things that you actually say. Because I want to hear, because I'm genuinely curious. Okay? I'm genuinely curious. Now, let me share you guys with a quick story, because what I enter in with this is that there's just some people that you cannot make happy. There's just some people that no matter what it is that you show to them, no matter what accomplishments, no matter what it is that you do, they will never be happy. Let me share you guys a quick story that happened to me today. You guys already know I like telling stories on this channel. Hold on, thirsty. Your boy MTR got a call today. Your big bro MTR, your uncle MTR got a call here today. As you guys already know, I am YouTube is like my side shit, but I have I'm full-time employed within a Fortune 500 company. Let's just say that. I got a call here today from HR. Yeah. HR department called me. We had a conversation. What they said to me was, we know about your YouTube channel. we know about your YouTube channel. All right? We know about your YouTube channel. All right? We reviewed it. Let me tell you real quick who alerted us to us, and she read off the comment. It was an anonymous comment, of course, because that's where the bullshit is going to come from, is from anonymous people, because they're not, they generally don't, they know that they usually don't have merit to stand on. They don't have data to back up the things that they say. So they're going to comment anonymously. Okay. Within this comment was male chauvinistic this. It was he hates women that. It was all of this other shit. Okay? All of this other shit. Here was the conclusion of that conversation. We took a look at your YouTube channel. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. And I'm bringing this up specifically because no matter what it is that you try to do in your life, No matter. If you try to rise above the crabs in the barrel, they will hate you for it. They will hate you for it. They will hate you for it. And they can't even explain why. They can't explain why. They can't articulate it to a good degree and amount, but they will hate you for it. They will hate you for it. How good are you at understanding that people will hate you for it and move beyond the hate? Because that's what leaders do. They move beyond the hate. They cut through the bullshit. They cut through the bullshit because they understand that their goal in life means more than the haters that will try to crab in the brow of you. It means way more. So when I got off the phone with her, I'm not gonna lie, I ran around my humble abode for about 10 minutes screaming victory. Because now they know about this shit. Okay? They probably, you know, and what they said is like, yeah, you're fine. Yeah, because they understand what it is. All of the people that come into the space and they say something about what this is, oh, he hates. I love women. I love women. I absolutely love women. But like, take it like this. It's like an analogy of like your favorite sports team. You probably talk the most shit about your favorite sports team. You probably talk the most shit about your favorite, but that's because it's your sports team. Okay, you comment, you commentate, you critique your sports team more than any other sports team, but it's because it's you. It's a part of your identity. You understand what I'm saying? So that just is what it is, because we don't bang with the cancel culture over here, because we got the receipts, and the receipts dictate. Ain't no bashing going on over here. Ain't no bullshit going on over here. I get comments each and every day from young men and young women thanking me for my content, thanking me from a male's perspective of dudes talking about how complacent that they are until that they watch my videos, until they can see the receipts on my channel, until they can see the consistency of me uploading with a full-time opportunity and still having a great life outside of my 2 full-time jobs. You understand what I'm saying? From a woman's perspective. Understanding how men think, because guys, listen, I know that I was particularly gifted with the gift of communication, but there's some women that are down in here, even in the live stream right now, that are in relationships with dudes and they just can't communicate the things that they are on their mind. So they watch my channel to understand where men can come from, because we are different. But at the end of the day, I cannot hate on y'all for your dissenting views of what I saw on that particular post, because I want to be able to hear it. Like, I go into all of these conversations, I particularly never go into a conversation and say, I know everything. You don't know what I know. I can't learn from you. All right? So I'm putting a link down up in here. All of y'all that were talking shit on the goddamn community chat post, where are you? All right? Let's have a conversation. Get behind the anonymity of your comments, and let's get up here and have a conversation. Okay? Hold up. Am I seeing this correctly? Hold on. Give me a quick second. Oh, shout out to Red Sings the Blues in the building. Patreon gang in the building. MTR gang in the building. Love to get you on my podcast one of these days. Shout out to Red Sings the Blues. Shout out my G. Patreon gang in the building. Hold on. I think I see something. Hold on. Shout out to Nosa. I appreciate the $5 super chat. My bad if I miss any super chats. I got to cook a little bit here today. All right. Uh-oh. Dr. Mad. Call in. I'm trying to understand. Call in. Link down up in here. I want all the smoke. Let's get it popping. I want to hear. Come through. It ain't nothing. Guys, hit on the like button. We got almost 1,000 people in here. I see only 500 likes. What's going on? What's happening? Okay. All right. Let's get the likes up. Now, guys, listen, there's a couple of things I want to show you real quick before I get everybody that's wants to call in and has a dissenting view towards me. down in here. Let me share this screen real quick, and then we're going to get it popping. Shout out to Black Titan, $20 super chat. Oh, Patreon gang in the building. Thank you so much, my G. Dennis, I see you. Thank you so much, my G. I wholeheartedly appreciate that. Where my soundboard at? Oh, shit, my volume not up. Hold on. I don't know if you guys can hear that anymore with my new mic. I'm going to go back and listen later and make sure that you guys can hear that. Shout out, my G's. I appreciate that. All right, let me bring this up on the screen real quick. Stop screen, share screen, application window. All right, boom. Now, this is a particular post that I shared earlier today. Let me read this off real quick. TIAA, Fortune 100 financial services company. Okay. Has name, I don't know how to pronounce her name, Tasunda Brown Duckett as president and CEO. With the appointment, she becomes the second black woman currently leading one of the nation's 500 largest public companies. Duckett will join TIA on May 1st, so she's got a couple of months from JP Morgan Chase, where she served as CEO of the consumer bank. All right, in that role, she led banking with more than 40,000 employees, 4,900 bank branches, and $600 billion in deposits. Duckett also oversaw Chase's first major branch expansion in a decade. All of that other stuff. All right. So I put that up here today because I wanted to be able. I appreciate that, mods. Keep on dropping that StreamYard link. I appreciate that. Okay. Okay. So I wanted to be able to show that just to make sure we're all talking the same language. Okay. And then I wanted to be able to have a conversation about it because right now this is at 2.5 thousand likes, which is a lot for this particular time period, and over 611 comments. Okay. So I wanted to be able to bring that up, make sure we're all talking the same language. And here's who the competition is. Michaela Pink, and we went over here, so we're not going to continue to go into all of what we know, but this is the mainstay of the conversation is when you look at who this is, the dissenting view that she has towards men on her platform, okay? Dusty, Rusties, Can't Trusty, all of that other bullshit, all right? And then you see where her life has matriculated into. Has matriculated into her being booked on 4 felony accounts, right? 4 felony accounts, some of which don't even have a bail amount, so she's probably still locked up at the point that I'm doing this particular stream, all right? Probably still locked up. And the confusion that I have is, what do y'all want at the end of the day? I'm just so confused. Like, switch off your dating brains for a quick second. Switch off your dating brains for a quick second. What do y'all want? And I am convinced to a point that y'all don't even know, the ones that had the dissenting views. I don't think that y'all really know. Okay? So I want to have a conversation about it. Not only do I think that y'all not really know, but I think that when you hear accomplishments like this, your automatic response is to hate on said person, and you exponentially hate if it comes from a woman. That's my initial view, but I'm willing to have my position changed. I am willing to hear the conversation. Okay? I'm willing to have a conversation, all right? So guys, listen, I'm going to open up the phone lines right now. Whoa. By the way, let me also comment on this real quick. Let me comment on this. When I do videos, guys, they're completely off the cuff. I don't have scripts and shit like that available. When I was in the editing process for this video, I like half chuckled at me being quiet and going back up and looking at the other like this shit up here. It wasn't until I uploaded the video and I watched y'all comment incessantly about me scrolling up and down. And it wasn't until I watched y'all comments that I went back to the video and it actually made me laugh. Like I'm not gonna lie, I replayed that component of the video, I want to say about 10 times, and I was like laughing hysterically because I was watching y'all comments. But I just wanted to say that real quick. Anyway, my point remains, all right? Because y'all confuse me. One is running a billion-dollar company. Literally. The other is scamming motherfuckers out of $30,000. $1 billion company, $30,000. Because here's the problem. Why do more men and women that look like me know more about Bobby Shmurda getting out of prison than this person getting a CEO title of the entire enterprise of a multi-billion-dollar company? Why do more people know about that shit? And that's my problem. That's my problem. I have a huge problem with that shit. Why do more of our young people know about that shit but not this? So at the point that I actually put up content that shows very specifically, yo, look at this. Congratulations. Go show her some love. I get some hate from y'all. Why don't y'all hate when media covers Bobby Shmurda getting out of jail? But y'all hate on this person that has a track record. That has a track record of execution. Here's what I offer to you, especially before we get on this phone. What have you done in your life? What have you executed in your life? What have you contributed to in your life that amounts to what she has done? Let's have a conversation about it. It's about to get real. It's about to get real. Because I think a lot of y'all are projecting. I think a lot of y'all are projecting because you see someone as successful as what she is. And you say to yourself, oh, it had to be affirmative action. Oh, it had to be other people that granted her the position. It has to be this. It has to be that. Or it can be how she executes on her work. Or it can be that she's intelligent as hell. Or it can be that she's better than you. Or it can be all of that shit. First person to the stage. Hey, listen, Dr. Mad, shut up. Get up on here. Get up on here and let's have a conversation. Because I see you down in there. All right? Let's have a conversation. All right, first person to the stage. Hopefully there's no feedback. Muhammad, what's good, my G?
Hello, sir. How are you doing, Joe?
Hold on. Let me get my headphones real quick. I can barely hear you. I'm doing well though, my G. Talk to me. What did I post earlier today that you had a problem with?
Personally, I don't have a problem with it at all, but I have been subjected to it, and I probably think I understand, and I have categorized it in four genres, probably four reasons that I have seen down there in the comments.
Wait, hold up, bro. You know this is supposed to be disagreements right now, right?
Disagreements. Oh, okay. I apologize. I don't.
Wait. Okay, give me real high level what those four things are. Give me one of those things. Let me hear it real quick, because I got to get people in here that do not agree with me.
Okay. One of the most significant I've seen is how they expect her to be. Like, she's probably a bad mother because she cares about her career, or she's probably a bossy woman in her personal life, or whatever the reason. So that's what I got. And as you said, affirmative action, they probably think it's quotas, so they are somewhat jealous of it because they are not at that position and they don't know their accolades. They don't know what the person has done. So yeah, I can see where the comments have went wrong and also what they probably misunderstood what you have talked in your videos, that men don't care about women's wealth, but that doesn't mean these women are not can be successful bosses, right, and business owners.
Yes. No, I agree with you. Yeah. So I agree. Yeah, it doesn't mean that they can't be successful if that's what they choose to do. So yeah, so we agree. All right, cool. Muhammad, I appreciate you, bro. All right.
Thanks.
All right. Next to listen, I'm starting to see them drop like flies in my lobby. What's good? When I brought up the accomplishments, y'all want to drop out? Let's have a conversation about it. Come on. Let's talk about it. Guys, if you guys can continue to leave the StreamYard link. I just left another one that's down up in there. Next to the stage, the man himself. What's good, my G? Guys, this is called the smoke show for a reason. This is called the smoke show for a reason. You're supposed to take, all right, your particular perspective that you have in the comment section where you can remain anonymous. And I'm giving you a platform to come up here and speak to the content creator because you disagreed with that point here today. So what's the problem? What's the problem? I'm giving you the opportunity and I'm doing it here live. What's the problem? I've had 5 people come into my lobby. I've had 4 people leave. Shout out to Muhammad, who didn't disagree with me. Who didn't disagree with me. Shout out to Muhammad. He's been up here before. I appreciate him, Muhammad. But what's good? I give you the opportunity to be able to talk about the very topic that we're talking about. I'm giving you the link. Moderators, continue to put the link down up in here. Y'all want to be anonymous and talk with cat avatar pictures, okay? You want to talk with cat avatar pictures and talk about some shit that only exists within your own reality. But when you get in front of someone that has a dissenting view, how does your argument hold up? What's up? Y'all want to smoke or nah? Okay, I see a couple of people that's preparing their mics and shit like that. I see you guys. Let's have a conversation. As you guys already know, I'm never in this to embarrass. I'm never in this to disrespect. Y'all already know from my content. Y'all already know with the way that I present videos. It's never my prerogative to be able to do that. But I am genuinely confused. I am genuinely confused. Okay, because I put up content with a Michaela who's obviously who is obviously a scumbag. who's obviously she hold on, let's look at a quick hold up. Do we have the tapes? Oh God. I can't even do it. We have the tapes, okay? We have the tapes. We have the evidence. Listen, the when she did the original video where she was talking shit on blue collar workers, I had a gross disdain. I had a gross disdain for what that is. Like, how dare you shit on the men of this country? How dare you shit on the men of this country? All right, that build this shit from the foundation. How dare you? How dare you shit on the tradesmen? How dare you shit on the plumbers, the electricians? How dare you? How dare you shit on, right, in order to push a narrative, to sell a dream because you're an influencer to other people that just don't understand the earth, right? That just don't understand, right? Guys, let me tell you guys about something real quick. Keep on dropping the link because these motherfuckers, these dudes, I'm giving you the opportunity. This the smoke show. Let's talk about it. Patreon gang in the building. This is one of those nights where I say I absolutely love it here. Peace and blessings to all. Uncle Chris in the building. I see you. Patreon gang in the building. Shout out. New sponsor of today's show. I don't even know if you guys can hear that. I'm going to go back later and listen if you can. Let's go back. All right. Fact of the matter, guys, is that I think that it's important to bring out these discussions. And it's irrelevant of whether or not I agree with them. The fact of the matter is that there's a subset of people that believe in this stuff. So let's discuss it. Let's have a conversation about it. Because I'll be damned. And listen, and here's also where I think that it comes from as well. The people that had dissenting views towards that post have no idea of the work the effort, the due diligence, the practice, the study, the early mornings and the late nights that it takes to do what she did. I think that you guys have no idea. But guess what? Your boy MTR does. Why? I'm in corporate America. I'm in that bitch. And I understand. A lot of y'all think that it's all sweet cake, roses, and butterscotch. It's not. It's absolutely not. She has dealt with hardships that a lot of y'all motherfuckers would be frightened to undertake. And that's a fact. And that's a fact. Let's go through some numbers real quick. Fortune 500 companies. Let me see some numbers down into the comment box right now. Let me see some numbers. How many of the Fortune 500 do you think are African American? CEOs. I want to see some numbers right now. How many are African American CEOs in the Fortune 500? 500 companies. How many are African American? How many? Let's talk about it. Let me see them numbers. Let me see them numbers. All right. I see them numbers coming through. All right. I'm seeing some incorrect numbers. Let's talk about it. And then I'm going to bring someone else on. I see you back there, my G. We're going to bring you up on. All right. Just give me a quick second. I did some searching. All right. The actual number out of 500 people, the answer is less than a handful. That means less than 5. I believe it's 3. It's either 3 or 4. 3 or 4 out of 500 people. Okay? That's a less than 1%. That's less than 1%. Okay? Less than 1%. In the Fortune, not 100, 500. Okay? That's what it is. For you to assert that less than 1% of this person, and let me bring up some stuff as well. Hold on, let me stop sharing. Let me bring this up. Because y'all think I'm playing here today. This is Thusunda's, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. All right. Let me make this bigger. This is from her LinkedIn. All right. This is from her LinkedIn. All right. Yeah, it's like 0.6 or 0.8% are African American. And some of y'all had the goddamn gall and audacity to say affirmative action. Does affirmative action get people in the front door that look like me? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not going to hold you up. Absolutely. However, does affirmative action keep them there at that level? Never. Never. You know why? Because you need results. You need outcomes. You got to put your numbers in front of everybody. And if they don't agree with the numbers that you got, then you affecting their pockets. And if you affecting their pockets, guess where you go? Out the back door. You think affirmative action is going to keep people there when they're losing money because you're at the front of the helm? Y'all are bugging. Y'all are bugging. Stop it. Stop it. But let's get into it. The Shonda Brown Duckett. Let's go over her act because I think that this is very important. All right, let's start back at the education. She's got a BBA, Finance and Marketing, 1992 to 1996. She went there for a 4-year degree, University of Houston. Then she got an MBA. You already know I'm a fan of MBA. I got an MBA. Baylor University. Okay. 2001. Go down in her work history. All right. She was a VP of Fannie Mae. All right. A lot of y'all are gonna be angry right now because we're gonna talk about some student loan debt shit right now. Okay. You guys have more energy to be mad at her being a VP at Fannie Mae than anything. That's what y'all should be mad at. I'll be honest with you. Okay. That's the first thing. Okay. If there's ever a building that I just wish that would just go up in smoke, okay, that one with nobody in it, but that one. All right. Anyway, let's keep going. She was senior vice president of emerging markets and affordable lending from Chase from 2004 to 2008. Mods, keep on putting the link down up in there because we got to get people in there who want smoke. All right. 4 years, she was an SVP of emerging markets and affordable lending. JP Morgan Chase, 13 years. Now, she moved up from there. She was a national retail sales executive for mortgage banking. Okay, then after that, she was the CEO of Chase Auto Finance. She did that for 13 years. And listen, this first one right here is a sales position. Oh, Jesus. Let me highlight it like this. That's a sales position. Any of y'all know that's in any types of sales, if you do not produce the numbers, they show you no respect. This is about numbers. This is about outcome. If you don't produce numbers, they don't show you respect. But you know what? She's talented. Yeah, she's talented. You think affirmative action moved her from a national sales executive to CEO? You're bugging if that's what you actually think, okay? Then here, she's been chief executive officer of consumer banking for 4 years. Now, she has taken this, she's taken a promotion of complete, now listen, guys, also too, she is CEO. Now, understand this. JP Morgan Chase is a company of 300,000 people worldwide. Okay? There's multiple and numerous CEOs of JP Morgan Chase. Okay? She was a CEO of one particular business. Okay? 40,000 employees. She was the HNIC for that. But she's not the CEO of JP Morgan Chase. The CEO of JP Morgan Chase is none other than Jamie Dimon. That is the official CEO, okay? Now she's moving over to be the official CEO of TIAA, okay? The official, all right? The official. Now, before, hold on. Let's also see. Hold on, I got some good shit for y'all. Hold on. Let's also see how she holds herself. All right? Because I don't know if y'all did research before y'all started going in on her. Let's see. Let's see. Application. Hold on, give me a quick second. I think it was. Come on, bandwidth. Stop messing with me. All right. The bandwidth messing with me. All right. It's all good. I'm gonna download this video. I'm gonna bring the first caller on, and then we're gonna bring this video back just so you guys have this additional data. Anyway, new caller. Street Disciples. What's good, my G? How are you?
I'm doing well, my man. You know, I appreciate this message you out here, you know, preaching to these young folk. They need to figure it out quick, you know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, but I got to hear your dissenting view.
All right, so my dissenting view is I don't understand if it's more just a complexion issue for you or just how a lot of men are red pill. You know, living in America, you know, growing up, having to deal with, you know, these females for the most part, you know, 100%.
Wait, real quick. When you say complexion issue, Detail it for me a little bit more, bro.
Because I understand that she's a darker skinned female. You understand?
Okay.
So I don't understand if it's that more triggering for you because
I'm
people
confused, bro.
stand against it, or there's just that many men that follow you because of the message you preach, and maybe not understanding the grasp of how
Wait a minute. Just real
we
quick,
all
bro.
we all really are receiving reality. That's why we follow you.
Wait. Just real quick, bro, because I'm confused on the color thing. So help me understand how the color of Thasanda is relative to the conversation. Help me understand.
That right there, that question. That's what I'm talking about. This is America. Anybody can do it.
Okay. So I'm confused,
but
bro.
what I'm
So
saying
let me say
is
this.
when you go back and you start looking into how many companies fall underneath once women get ahead, those companies disappear, and how many good men lost their livelihoods, lost their families, lost everything because of that HR call you got.
Okay.
Many of us.
Wait. Hold on.
Just
Just real quick, street disciples, because you're jumping from point to point. Let me address the colorism thing because you brought up colorism. No. We got to stay there real quick because you threw something out there. So let's talk about it real quick.
Exactly.
So let me just say this real quick.
And I'm relating to how that
hold
affected
up, real
my
quick,
life.
brother. Wait, brother, real quick.
My life.
There is absolutely no correlation to the color of the sister's skin that has to do with anything that I'm talking about on this.
But I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
And I'm saying it does not have anything to do.
Is that why you're so intense about this situation?
No.
Or is it just because you want to be up there in the higher echelon? But you have to understand that.
I'm so confused. We're the same color, brother.
For females that want a family, guys ain't looking for females like that. It's not a good thing.
Okay, wait.
That's where I stand on it.
Wait, hold on. Street disciples. Hold up. Real quick, bro.
Situation bringing this social justice.
Where the fuck is my
is where
hold on a second.
I'm like, you got me a little swung right there, man.
Street disciples. We're gonna have the conversation like this from here on out. We gotta attack point after point because you keep on moving to certain points that are not connected with each other at all. So the first point the first point that we're gonna talk about is specific to the colorism thing. Let me first address this. There is no correlation. I'm looking at you, street disciples. There's absolutely no correlation with the hue of her skin and the tone of my voice here tonight. It has absolutely nothing to do with it. What is your response to that?
Why are you against the people who negate it?
Negate what? The colorism thing?
No. Oh yeah, that specifically, but it's more of the fact that you're not understanding the
I'm not against a person who negates it. I'm talking to you specifically about a claim that you put on. And based off of that claim, I'm saying there was absolutely no correlation with the hue of someone's skin and saying anything that I said here tonight. Response.
Let's not, you're promoting strong black women, right? Am I wrong?
What does that mean? Are we moving away from the color thing? Are we moving away from the color thing?
But wait, hold up. No. Did I miss it?
Yes or no? Because you're saying strong black women, and before you were saying colorism.
Which
way are we going, brother? One point at a time.
Either. So I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. That's that's a disconnect.
No, it's not a disconnect.
Why are you having a conversation right now?
Brother, it's not a disconnect. I'm trying to pull you down into one point.
You're here because you said.
Listen, here's the problem with certain brothers that I talk to is that they exhibit a lot of stream of consciousness talking, and I see it happening, and I get a little disappointed within this communication style because no matter what, at the end of the day, I'm trying to hone you in on one point. If not, I can bid you adieu, my dude, because are you trolling or not? Let's focus on the colorism thing. I'm saying that there is no correlation with the hue of her skin and the things that I'm talking about with here tonight. What is your response towards that? Later on, we'll get to me talking positively about someone who has done something that the majority of human beings are unable to do. But on the colorism thing, focus on the colorism thing.
All right.
Why do you think that I have a problem with people that have a dissenting of view regarding the hue of her skin? Please enlighten me.
All right. Like I said, that's what I was wondering. I was asking, like
the question is why.
Because,
I need to hear data behind the why.
Because you're usually not this intense, my man. So something tickled you. But the HR call is, a lot of men.
Is he trying to shame me? is he trying to shame me? I'm usually not this intense. What the fuck is he talking about? What the fuck is he talking about? You're not this usually intense, my dude. My bad, bro. I'm so confused, my G. I'm so confused. Somebody tickled me?
What?
You said somebody tickled me. You said that. You said what? But you said somebody tickled me. Are you trolling, bro?
No, man. I'm talking about.
So this is real. Okay.
So we got past the colorism thing. We understand.
I don't know.
The
Did we?
colorism thing has nothing to do with it. We understand
No,
that
it has nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it.
Let's bypass
You're
the colorism
looking for
thing.
people who are willing to negate you, and I'm telling you, it's because a lot of men are becoming red pilled right now in America.
Okay.
And we don't stand for that because we understand what it does. As the HR call you received today.
Yes.
Okay. That's what I'm trying to help. Men just walk away. Just walk away. It is not worth. It is not worth it.
I'm confused.
I understand you want people to show your face, but I got a family, dog.
Hold up.
I understand the cost.
The last thing you want to do is look down at the comments, my G. That's the last thing that I want you to do. I want you to have a conversation with me and not the comments.
I'm not on YouTube. I'm right with you, dog. Just you and me.
Okay. Now it's you and me. All right. I didn't talk about your mask, so it's not you and me. Stop looking at the comments. That's the first thing.
No,
Second thing,
I'm telling you,
I didn't talk about your mask.
100. I ain't looking at the comments, dog.
I didn't talk about your mask then.
I'm just saying me. I'm saying me. Touch me. We get that out the way.
Here's the second thing. You brought up this. Just real quick. You brought up the colorism thing, which I think came from a completely left view. So that gets me in an idea where your mind is at. That gets me in an idea of what your mind is at. And listen, at the end of the day, I go over dissenting or illogical versions of women that share our same complexions on the channel all the time. I go over it all the time. I brought up an example of somebody that clearly displays execution, that clearly displays stick-to-itiveness, that clearly displays discipline, that clearly displays talent. What is your problem with that?
Like I said, the hypergamy level, you send these females looking to shoot for that kind of shit. How many men are trying to shoot for that kind of shit, man? Ain't that many men trying to shoot for that kind of shit, dog? And that's just the way it is.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You can sit there and think men are trying to do all this, that, and the other because you want people to do better. I get it.
I want people to do better.
That's just not the way the world works. You know what I mean?
Okay. So explain to me clearly and please articulate to you, my brother, real quick. What did you have a problem with me putting that post up? What is the problem?
The problem is not enough people are putting it up.
What?
The problem is not enough people are putting that up.
I'm okay. You trolling. What? You motherfucker.
hey man, you know, I used to be, a crazy little liberal when I was younger, man, but once I had a family and I got older, it's not that way no more. It's not that way no more. You know what I mean? Like, and we got to worry about bringing our next generation into a much safer environment than having to tiptoe around everybody's feelings. You know what I mean? Like,
All right.
this ain't no Al Bundy generation. You feel me? But at the same time, like, come on, man. Like,
Hey, listen,
those
brother,
HR calls are no joke. Those HR calls are no joke.
I have more faith in society now because I thought that you were being 100% serious. I thought you were being 100% serious.
Hey, man.
Listen.
Hey, everybody's
listen,
realities are different.
Listen,
Everyone's realities are different.
The Uncle Paulie you're drinking, the Paul Masson, the EJ.
No,
come on, all of that shit.
All I had was a Mickey and two bong toes, dog. Come on, man. Come on, dog. You know, I keep it simple, dog. Like,
okay.
But I appreciate you as a young cat.
I appreciate
being
that, brother.
real. We need young cats like you. You got? You feel me?
I appreciate that. And I'm gonna do nothing but keep it extremely real. I'm gonna do nothing but continue to promote male thought in these male spaces. But
Thank you, brother.
But also have accommodations for women as well that want to learn.
Hey, I ain't trying to knock women. They are the most resilient things in life. You feel me? But at the same time, that unchecked hypergamy has its costs, and I don't agree with it.
Okay, but that argument has nothing to do with the post.
It has everything to do with it because they're hypergamy.
Dog, I knew when you came in here with colorism. I'm like, what? Dog, because you know why?
Okay.
You know why?
You guys are going. I just wanted to know
because I only see colorism as an argument in female spaces. I only see it as an argument in female spaces. I don't see colorism within male spaces ever. So when I heard a colorism argument, I had an immediate reaction of what that is, because men don't talk about that because we don't care, right? Because at the end of the day, we got to work on us. We got to improve us. We can't use little things such as that in order to claim privilege.
I feel you,
right?
dog.
Like
I feel you,
that, because that's what men can't do. That men can't stand in this essence of victimhood because of things that they cannot change. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not popping over here to be able to do that.
Hey, I'm gonna free up the space because I want to see.
I appreciate that.
What other people have to say too, my brother. I appreciate your time.
All right, brother. I appreciate you, man. All right. Next to the stage. That was interesting. He was. I want to say he was about 37% trolling, is what I think that is what's going on right there. Next to the stage.
Yeah.
Jara, what's good, my G?
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well today, man. I'm doing well today.
What the fuck was this last guy talking about?
I don't know. You know.
Just initially though, before we progress into this conversation, man, I just want to say I appreciate your platform, dog. I appreciate what you're doing for us brothers, man. Silver discourse is what's needed to better understand from both aspects. So I appreciate you, dog.
I appreciate that, my G. All right, so listen. So what do you disagree with?
I don't. Here's why I just want to preface this. I don't necessarily have a disagreement, but I just want to. I kind of want to the perspective I'm seeing mostly with people that do negate this is that are we disagreeing? Are they disagreeing because, like the other guy was trying to talk about I don't know what the fuck he was trying to talk about, but let's just say hypergamy. How does hypergamy any way conflate with this situation? Because this is a lady who has receipts, right? Talk about receipts. She's put in the work. She's executed on multiple levels at all levels, more than most men have.
Yeah.
So are we, as even if red pill, can we maintain our level of red pill, who we are? How does what another individual does affect who we are as individuals? It doesn't conflate.
It doesn't at all, which is why, it's why I got to do conversations like this, because when you hear dissenting arguments, and the fact is that his hypergamy thing is probably a real thing that people were thinking when they went down into the comment section. It's probably a real thing, and they put that component of the argument into the way that they talked about something. So to have him come up here and say it out loud, right, like I think is very important, because there's some of us, like I talk about on the channel all the time, women go off in their echo chambers and create clear and utter bullshit about the earth that they live in order to make themselves feel better about the position that they are in. But men can do that as well. Yeah. From our perspective as well. We are not
exempt from that. We're not exempt from that, obviously.
At all. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's important that even amongst dudes, we can have this very clear conversation. Because listen, I like, take it from my example. I know within my life, I have had women in executive positions that have put me in front of a right contact, have moved me to a correct position, have done this, have done that. And they were women. So like at the end of the day, when I see these dissenting views, I get confused because there's so many young men that stand on the laurels of like nature, but they don't know how to strategically move or to enact soft skills to a degree to know how to use it for their advantage. Right? To use it correctly in a space to get something out of the interaction. And that is my particular problem, is that, you know, you have two sides of the coin, the spectrum, and the longer that we don't talk about the middle ground of how we can come together and to move forward into solutions, then you're going to go off in your own space. And at the end of the day, she knows some shit that 99.99% of the people in this chat do not know.
Do not understand, cannot comprehend.
So why would you not want to get closer to understand the things that she know to improve your position in life? Because if you take it to a results perspective, because you know us men, we operate on outcomes and or results. What results do you have that are better than what she's demonstrated?
And usually most of the time,
I'm not
it's
talking about
nothing.
you specifically.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, but I mean, because I don't have results like she has results. Those are
I'm 21 years old, dog. I'm not even nowhere near the precipice of getting the kind of results that she has.
Hey, listen, but at the same time, you can't dream what you cannot see. And if you see anybody that looks with your particular with your melanated skin complexion do some shit like that, you got to say to yourself, what is the reason that you can't do it?
Yeah, there's no reason.
Because there is no reason.
So I have this question too. I don't mean to cut you off, brother, but I have this question too. Is it that we put too much emphasis on the negative aspects of these things? Because you're talking about the scammer, the YouTube scammer, and how we show your content when you post something about a feminist who has a completely, you know, left field point of view. That does numbers. Your financial stuff doesn't do numbers. Your stuff where it shows, you know, the affirmation of, you know, not just women, but men as well. That doesn't do numbers. But is it too much emphasis on the negative aspects rather than the positive aspects?
You know, I think like, and here's the thing, and maybe I need to take accountability for this as well, is that like, you know, when I have a full week of video that talks about the negative aspects of things that I see within the culture, I often have to take a step back and make sure that I am appropriately representing more of what actually is happening. Because I think that it's, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, it's very hard for a woman YouTuber to do what I do. It's hard, right? It's hard because there's less images and or videos of dudes doing things as incredibly disingenuous as what I see on the other side of the coin. And that is a fact. It is very hard to be able to do that. And in fact, they wouldn't be able to do daily videos, if not 2 times a day videos, because it's way harder. So then the question is why is that? Well, I think that exists because of the way that we operate different than women. Right. Like I think that we're able to challenge ourselves
biologically from society. It's just all facets.
I absolutely, it's right. So like, so I 100% wholeheartedly agree. Like, yeah, they can pick apart different bullshit that happens and create, but I think at the rate that I can show it to you, it's at a different level. Right. Yeah. So I think like I have to be cognizant. Of what it is that I'm showing, because at the end of the day, I think that there's female nature, but I also think that there's male nature as well. And I had a video this week that talked about a component of male nature. It was entitled, "The Most Dangerous Person in This World
I watched
is
that
the
video.
Emotional Black Man." And I talked about my own story of having to deal with a hood booger.
I've had experiences with that as well, brother. If somebody's going to kill you, it's most likely going to be somebody that looks just like you.
Looks just like you.
That's statistical.
It looks just like you. But still, you get emotional men that's down into the comments talking about, but cops this and cops that. Well, it's because you haven't looked at statistics.
Yeah, statistically, that has been debunked on so many occasions.
On so many levels. It's not even funny how often that's been, but they let their emotions and their feelings overcome themselves. But it is what it is. Bro, let me move on to the next caller.
Yeah, appreciate this, brother.
But you are always welcome to come back to the show, all right?
All right, appreciate it, brother. God bless.
Thank you, sir. Peace. All right, next to the stage, Dr. MAD. What's good, my G?
What's up? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Are you the same Dr. Mad that's OI?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just wanted to clear up. I mean, I don't know if there was any, disrespect or that you may have rendered or anything, but uh, I don't mean any disrespect by anything that I said. So if you found anything offensive, yeah, that's
No, no,
cool.
no.
All right.
No, no, no,
Uh,
no. I don't, bro. I just wanted to have a conversation out of the comments and into where we can talk to each other. We can
okay.
have dialogue.
All right, cool. So this is basically my problem with that particular post.
Okay,
So
let's talk about it.
I'm gonna
I've
analyze
been waiting
on
for
two
problems.
levels. Right. So I'm gonna analyze it on two levels. So there's one level where it's just sort of like the post itself. You know, you have a black woman who's successful, whatever, CEO, billionaire. That's completely fine. I get it. But I'm analyzing this from a more generalized level, and I'm seeing that a lot of the people who disagree with you are also analyzing it from this generalized level in terms of how this post is impacting the black community. And what
Okay.
I mean by this is this, that so in your channel, a lot of people associate the sentiment that you want black women to uphold standards of femininity and you want black men to uphold standards of masculinity. But within this particular post,
Yes.
you know, you're admiring this woman. And I think someone in the comments had said, you know, she has a family and all these different stuff.
Yes. She's
But within the
married,
post,
has kids,
right,
and a husband.
right. But within this particular post, all that's really mentioned is basically, you know, all of these, you know, her being a CEO, money, whatever, which we can all agree and scientifically is the case that all of those are masculine based characteristics, right?
Wait a minute.
So
What's a masculine based characteristic? Help me out. I
being
missed
a
it.
CEO, like striving to make a lot of money, being a CEO, right? That those are
There's characteristics in being a CEO that lend well to masculine characteristics. That is true.
right.
But her in a relationship with her husband is not on display. We don't know what type of wife that she is. So here's the thing is that I need you to separate out dating and relationships towards the point of the post, which was to show incredible achievement. I want you to separate that out because at the end of the day, I'm just looking at her achievement. I
No,
don't know who she's like at home.
right. No, but I did separate that. That's why I said like I had saw that within the comment section. I'm building upon like the point that I'm trying to make, right? What I'm trying to say is that so within that particular post that you made, it's talking about
Okay.
those particular characteristics. And like I said, I already analyzed it from the first level in terms of what you just said. Like it's amazing, she's a billionaire. That's exactly. But on a higher
Billionaire.
level,
She's not a billionaire. Wait,
she's
hold
not a
on. Just
billionaire. Oh well,
no, no, no.
CEO, whatever.
Well, here's the thing: is that, and the reason why I'm stopping right here and I'm bringing that up, that not a billionaire, is because I think that the majority of people that do not understand what it is that she has achieved, right, is someone who would say that she's a billionaire. She's not a billionaire. Is not close to being a billionaire, right? So I think like I see this outside view. And it's this outside view looking in of what it is that she's done and what it is that she has achieved, right? And like all of these different things, and they equate billionaire, which means to me that you really don't know what she has done to become who she is, right? You don't know the work that she's put in, the degrees that she's achieved, right, in order to be, right, like top sales executive, CEO of 40,000 person plus company. You have a limited understanding of what it is that she's done. Here's what it is. She probably made more money as a sales executive than she did at the other job. Let me bring it up on the screen here real quick. Hold on. Let me bring it up on the screen so everyone knows what it is that I'm talking about. Oh shit, am I sharing it? Add to stream. No, I'm not sharing it. Hold on. Just give me a quick second, brother. I apologize.
That's cool.
Share screen. I just want to make sure that everyone knows what it is that I'm talking about before I continue off in this conversation. She is probably within this stint here as JP Morgan and Chase for 13 years. She probably made more money as a national retail sales executive in mortgage banking than she did as the CEO of Chase Auto Finance. She probably made more money here, right? Because of the way that sales executives are paid. There's a lot of sales executives in a lot of companies that make a lot more money than the CEOs. I don't know if y'all know that. Okay. If you guys are good in sales, you can sell shit to people. I will wholeheartedly suggest you to get into sales type jobs. I've been an operations person the majority of my life, and if you feel like you have more skills that lend yourself to operation roles, and we could talk about this in another stream, then fine, go down that route. But salespeople in organizations like this make incredible amounts of money. Here's the thing. If I take a look at her being a chief, let's say a CEO of Chase Auto Finance, she was probably making, she was in New York City. She was probably making salary probably about 800, 900, something like that a year. But a lot of times is the way that they get paid a lot of money is off of their bonuses. Their bonuses will go stupid. Will go absolutely stupid. So anyway, I wanted to bring that up real quick just to level set on the level that she has achieved in the amount of work that she's put in, and the fact that she's not a billionaire. She's probably a millionaire. And if I pull up this video real quick of the way that she talks about things and the love that she shows to underrepresented Americans, I think it's going to bring it into perspective. Anyway, I'll pause right there, brother. What was your next point?
Right. So, that's completely fine. That's why I said, I prefaced it with the first level of analysis, which is the one that you are, talking about. And I pretty much agree with it. But I'm trying to analyze it from the second level, which I'm trying to explain, which is, so, all of that, particular aspects aside, when we look at this from an outside perspective as to how this particular person that you're, using to promote just in general is going to come across to a Black audience, what is happening is that so you're showing this woman, she's successful, she's, you're tagging her success based off of these traditionally masculine characteristics. And so what's going to start happening is Black women are going to start looking at that, or Black girls, and they're going to say, oh, that's so amazing. I'm on MTR and he's promoting Black women becoming CEOs and stuff like that. Now I want to become a CEO. I want to become a boss. I'm not saying that you're doing this intentionally. What I'm saying is
just real quick, brother, real quick. When you say these naturally, we got to focus in on this.
Sure.
Naturally masculine characteristics. Again,
right.
What I said earlier is that what are the characteristics that lend well to a CEO position? Generally, those things are naturally masculine. It doesn't mean those with feminine characteristics cannot make it to the top. So I think that there's a fallacious statement that you're making, because at the end of the day, you don't know her. And I don't know.
No, but I'm not talking about her, though. I'm making a statistical argument. Of course, theoretically, right? It is the case that you can occupy and be successful in a CEO position whilst utilizing feminine-based, traits. That's a fact.
Okay.
But mostly, it's going to be the case that people who occupy, especially successful CEOs, are going to occupy mainly masculine characteristics, right? Which is why usually when we look at a CEO, we associate that person with being a strong man, et cetera, right? So the thing is, that's a fact what you just said, but what I'm looking at is the perception aspect as to how this is coming across, right? So what I'm trying to say is, Black girls seeing this, they're going to be like, oh, this is good. They have already pre-built ideas as to what a CEO is, which is a CEO is taking on these masculine characteristics, and they believe that will also, do them well in other aspects of their life in terms of gaining status and things of that nature.
You're making far jumps and assumptions, my G, and this is my issue with listen. At the end of the day, I get what you're saying, but you're making far jumps because I'm looking at her accolades when I post this.
But I'm not talking
beginning
about
of the
her,
stream. Hold on, brother. I'm talking about in the beginning of the stream. I talked about it. One of the key things that I talk about in this channel is achievement, is execution. That's why I go for in that. Okay. When I post something like that, that's what I go for. Okay. I understand what you're saying is that most likely if she has these characteristics, she's to become a CEO, more than likely she has masculine characteristics. I understand that at the end of the day, you don't know and I don't know. Okay?
No, but I'm speaking generally. I'm not talking about her in particular.
No, but you're assuming that a person that has more masculine characteristics within the workplace is going to exhibit the same characteristics at home. That's the assumption, and that's the flaw in the argument that I just can't come, because I don't know.
I never said that.
So then what's your argument?
This is what I'm fundamentally
so here's
saying.
The thing. It's fundamentally, I have an issue with your argument because you're assuming after assumption. You're assuming three different things before you get to a conclusion of how it can be perceived. And my thing is there's nothing here to show that she is masculine characteristics in the way that she conducts herself in a business, and there's nothing to show that she's masculine in the way that she conducts herself with her husband in front of her children.
But I'm
There's
not
no
talking
evidence to
about
show
her
that.
in particular. Look, bro, I've like, look, I never said any of those things. That's why I'm trying to flesh out the point so that so then you can contend with that. And that's also why I said
so flesh
to
it out real
analyze
quick,
it from
brother.
those two levels, because like I said, I analyze it from the first level. That's dealing with the particulars of this situation. I'm speaking generally. I'm speaking about the general perceptions of this particular post. I'm not speaking about a particular person.
No. We can't talk about general because that doesn't do any help, because you can have arguments about general all day until the cows come home. Yeah, sure. General this, general
It's
that.
actually the
And you
opposite.
put in
You can-
all of these other arguments into a generalized. No, we don't do this on this channel. We talk about specifics, specific behaviors. Because you can always have an argument regarding general shit. Anything that I put up on this channel, you can have another general argument about generally how my people perceive this shit. I'm talking about specifically. I brought up her resume. I brought up her community chat post that I put up on here. I put up all of this stuff. I didn't bring up the video of her actually speaking. And the way that she's speaking is of a very feminine tone, but she's speaking pure and unadulterated facts in this particular clip. Right, so like I'm talking specifically, all right? We don't do that over here. We don't talk in these generalities and get from a general perspective and then lead that with an argument, because anybody can win a general argument. But specifically, let's talk specifically about this particular argument. What is it that you're getting at for the specific argument? What is your specific point of why you have an issue with this particular caller? This particular post that I made of this woman, of these achievements. What is your specific problem?
Okay, the argument that I'm making is a specific argument. It's one thing, but I think you're confusing like analyzing the particulars, which is this person and their own little. That's actually way more into the realm of anything can go, because fundamentally, like you just said, we can't know anything truly about what this person is, how she runs her business, her family life, anything of that nature. That's the reason why I'm trying to keep it general, because that's fundamentally where the facts are. Like I'm trying to say
again, specifically, what is your
Right,
issue with the argument?
So I'm trying to say the argument is this: is that the reason why this is what that post is bad is because you contend that women should be feminine and occupy feminine roles within society, or within Black society, whatever, and men should occupy masculine roles. Within this post, on a generalized scale, it is promoting women going towards occupying masculine roles within the Black community, okay? And that is the overall sentiment of why most people within your, within the comment section of this chat were basically referring to. They were like, it fundamentally is a contradiction with the principles that you sort of claim to agree with, within your channel. So that's pretty much the reason why I disagree with this.
And listen, and I heard your argument, bro. I heard your argument. And again, I refute based on these key principles. Okay.
What are they?
Me putting on that post is not saying, look at this person in this masculine position. I'm not saying, and that was the key logical flaw in what I heard when you say that. I'm not saying a CEO is a masculine position. What I'm saying, what I know, this is coming from my mouth, is in order to be successful at that role, there are probably, more than likely, masculine traits that you have to tap into to lead a company. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean that she's masculine at home. I need you to get out of the dating.
Bro, I never said any of those things. That has nothing to do with my point.
But listen, you have to be able to separate the two. When I talk about this particular subject, you have to be able to separate it.
But I completely, we're not, nothing of what I'm saying is going against that particular point that you're making. I never said that you're claiming that she's masculine or any of these particular things. All I said is what I said, which is
a reach.
Within this post, it's not a reach, it's a literal fact. Black girls, it's literally in your comment sections. Black girls are in there, Black women are in there saying this is good. This is something that we should aspire to as a community. And this is directly in contradiction with your sentiment of Black women should occupy feminine roles within the Black community, and men, black men should occupy masculine roles. It's a direct contradiction. I can understand if that wasn't your intention. I empathize with that, but fundamentally, it is in contradiction with the sentiments that you have provided within your channels, and that's also. I'm also sort of trying to provide context as to where the hate or where the disagreements are coming from. So
yep, and I'm trying to elaborate on that. And what I'm saying is that, like, at the end of the day, I'm not sure what her home life is at. So to say that you can't have or achieve to be a CEO of a company, I will not tell anybody not to do that, but it doesn't then thus lead me to believe, right, that you can't switch it off when you go back home. So I understand there's masculine traits
so let me ask you,
and then there's feminine traits in a role, and that is what it is. But what I'm saying is that when I put up a post like that, it is specific to showing achievement within that role, because it's clear to me that there is a clear misunderstanding of what it takes for a person like her to achieve a role like that, to be into a role like that. As what you said, she's a billionaire, which is not true. She's not a billionaire. So I think that you have this pie in the sky idea of what it takes for her to become her.
I mean, I'm not speaking about her
from a money.
My conversation is generalized.
No. But I put up a post about her. So we have to talk specifically about her. We have to, because you could talk general all day and always have an argument for general all day.
I mean, the thing is, people occupy both specific and generalized components.
But the difference is between when I put up a post about a YouTube scammer, right? Sure. And everyone loves me putting up a post about that and talking about all this other shit. And then when I put up a post about someone who is a mother, someone who has a nuclear family with a husband, someone that has kids, and if you look at her resume, the things that she's ultimately achieved, I mean, at the end of the day, what type of role model do you want for women in our community?
Oh, right. So this actually perfectly segues into my question. So do you believe that...
No. I just asked you a question. You have to answer that for me. What type of role model for a woman do you want in our community? We obviously don't want, and we could both agree, we don't want the WAP-keteers. So what type of role model?
So my position is this. I don't think that the person that you uploaded is a good role model for women in the Black community, on the basis that, like I said, it encourages them to want to do things that are traditionally masculine, make a lot of money, become titans of industry. And the thing is like, I mean, it is an assumption that, oh, well, if they're, make a lot of money and they're CEOs, that doesn't necessitate that they have to be masculine at home. But given what we know about female nature and given what we know about hypergamy, women fundamentally do not look up to guys that they make more than. So when you have positions where women are being praised for their masculine characteristics, they're making 6 figures, 7 figures, etc., the pool of guys that they have to choose from becomes extremely small. And fundamentally, those guys are not choosing those women on the basis of them being millionaires or whatever. They're choosing them on the basis of their looks. So that is the reason why I would say that this person, while she is a better role model than the WAP people or Cardi B or whatever, she would also still not be a good role model if what we're trying to do is get Black women to be in feminine roles.
We can't continue to go back and forth if you refuse to focus specifically.
I mean, that was a completely focused argument.
No. I'm saying focus specifically on the person. I'm talking about the
no, but
person.
we already moved past that.
You asked me a question on not a good role model.
Yes, and that's what exactly I explained that. She would be an example of exactly what I'm saying. A Black successful woman who's occupying a role that's traditionally masculine. She fits that characteristic, therefore she's not a good role model for Black women.
So here's the thing: is I understand your point, my G, and here's where I take it is that again, she is a wife.
But you didn't mention that in the post. That's why I didn't.
Why do I have to mention it?
Well, I mean, see, that's the thing, because I'm trying to be fair to you.
Hold up. Why do I have to mention that?
Look. The post is about...
No. We're not gonna do that. She is a wife. she is a mother. If she's not a good role model, then what is?
Look, you didn't advertise.
The caller thinks that it's incumbent on me to advertise everything about everybody that I put up on my channel as if I have to. And I find this uniquely fascinating because what I talk about at the beginning of the stream, people will hate, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Are you telling me someone who's a wife, someone who's a mother, someone that has a nuclear family, someone that speaks as she does? I haven't brought up the video, but I can't wait to bring the shit up because she is eloquent as fuck. And she knows what she's talking about. Are you telling me that she's not a good role model? Now, we can agree that the Cardi B's and the WAP Katirs are not a good role model. Are you telling me realistically that she is not a good role model outside of her position? Because I'm saying split up the position. I get it. There's positions that people have that have generally masculine roles and generally feminine roles. The feminine roles might be a nurse, a teacher, da-da-da. But then a masculine role might be a leader of a fortune. I understand that, but I don't know. I don't know who what she is like in front of me. I don't know. All I have is videos, and I have her LinkedIn profile that has recommendation after recommendation of the type of human being that she is. But my argument is that you don't know either. So to just assume that she is necessarily a bad example for both young boys and young girls, I think is disingenuous. All right, final point, brother. I want to listen to your point.
Okay. One, the only reason why I brought up that you didn't bring up her being within the family as such is not because you're obligated to do that. My point is that if you don't bring that up, then we can't reference that, right? In terms of the example at which we're trying to say whether or not she's a good model or not. So that's one. In terms of the second thing, you're basically making my entire point, which is that because of the fact that you don't know this person, you have to judge them and base them off of whether or not they're a good role model on generalized stereotypes of what constitutes a good role model in your opinion. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not trying to go seek whether she is this or that in particular. I'm trying to see if she, based off of what we know about her online, if she matches the definition of what constitutes a good role model. In my opinion, what constitutes a definition of a good role model in this case for Black girls is a Black woman who upholds roles or does things that are traditionally feminine, as this enables Black girls to look up to her and copy those feminine roles, thus becoming more feminine, which is ultimately good for the Black community. So that's pretty much that.
Sure. I think ultimately good for the Black community is showing a dynamic of being within a nuclear family. And I think her becoming a component of success that the majority of people on this planet will never attain is successful. But I understand your point. But you lose me because you don't know who she is. I don't know who she is. I didn't comment on her personal life. All I commented on was her attaining CEO of TIAA. TIAA. So if the contention is that she's not a good role model because she attained something that the majority of us men in this chat are unable to do, or if the argument is that she is now, because she's at that level, she is masculine in nature, I would argue that you don't know.
I never said that. Come on, like I literally never said that. But you said that was my final point. So I think I elucidated my position. I think if I had to offer input on your particular position, like I said, I pretty much agree with it on that first level of abstraction. But I just think that
so here's my last just quick question, brother.
Okay,
What's your example of who should be an example for women?
Who should be an example for women? I'm not really sure. I can't really think of an example too off the top. I would say that it's pretty hard to think of an example on the basis that we haven't really crystallized sort of feminine roles that are appreciated heavily within society. Like, for example, if you were to just talk about her being a wife and a mother, even though those are incredible things, most people wouldn't have, most people just don't find those particularly interesting. So I wouldn't be able to find a direct, example of who that person would be. But I would say that has nothing to do with what I would find as a person who is not a good role model. So
here's my contention with the degree and the logic that you brought in here tonight is that you will never or have never thought about a degree of a role model because you stay deep within the idea of who is not a good role model. So here's my recommendation. Well, because you didn't have an answer. Here's my recommendation.
Right, but it's more so due to the nature
is that if you continue to be on the challenging side, go ahead, be there. But then also try to be on the solutioning side. Also try to think of, if this person is not a good example, who should be a good example? And come ready with that, because that's when we can form solutions. Because I can put up content all day and have detractors all day. It's easy to be a detractor. It's very easy. But until you come in with who should be a good example, until you can come in with that, then I feel like we can only have a half portion of a conversation. Because it sounds like to me is that who would be a good example for you is ultimately a person that is extremely traditional. Right? Like, and is going to be a housemaker at home. Well, then I'm utterly confused then, because I don't understand how a married woman who has clear and utter accomplishments of being absolutely awesome in their life, doing things that you have not achieved, that I have not achieved, that anyone in this chat has achieved, to the degree of difficulty as what she has, should be put up on a pedestal. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. And the fact of the matter is that the majority of people within this chat were more informed of what's my man's name? Not Bobby Shmurda getting out of jail than someone who's promoted into a CEO position where 1% of Black Americans are not in. It's something that should be shined a light on, in my opinion. Outside of all of this all this other bullshit, right? Like, I think that it should be put a light on that.
I mean, all I would say to end is the consequence for upholding that particular role model is that you are going to have Black women who want to become bosses, CEOs, occupy masculine positions, and thus Black men are going to have to deal with a lot of disagreeable, masculine Black women within the Black community. So that's all I would say.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Hey, listen, Dr. Mad, you're free to come up here whenever. I appreciate your call, and I appreciate. No, seriously though, I appreciate your points. It was a lot different than the first caller that called in. I was just like, what the hell is he talking about? So I appreciate your points, bro. But also too, the next time that you come up in here, because I like your the way that you can stay on certain points and then go forward with it. Also think towards particular solutions of the particular problem. Right. I think would add more ammo to the things that you have to say. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. I was actually thinking about an example of that, but I just couldn't think of one. So yeah, you're definitely right on that. So.
Hey man, I appreciate you. I want you to call back in the future. All right.
Yeah, we'll see. Thank you for having me on your show.
Peace, bro. Shout out to Dr. Matt. At the end of the day, I don't think we came to an ultimate agreement, but at the end of the day, we can agree to disagree. And that's okay. That's okay. It's fine. All right. Listen, we got, oh, Jesus Christ. Uh-oh. Intro into the building.
Yo.
What's
yo,
good,
man. Yo, I'm chilling. What's good, everyone? Yo, shout out to everyone in the chat, man. Shout out to everyone. I see you be growing and shit, man. Yo, man, I'm just, low key, I don't disagree with you, man. But yo, man, y'all motherfuckers need to come with strong arguments up in here. Don't be coming running around intellectually masturbating, man. Yo, let's get to it. the black community needs resources, right? And if both the men and women can be bringing in those resources, all the better. You know what I'm saying? We got shit to fix. We need to get like shit together. So I don't get like you say, like I rock with your sentiment that it's like, okay, cool. She's doing great things. She's a CEO. She's a wife. She's a mother. If she wasn't, then what difference does it make? Because at least she's bringing in resources into the community. You know what I'm saying? I low-key think that these guys that have an issue with this don't know how to perform. You know what I'm saying? They not competitive. They don't want to bring the game. They don't want to bring the game to where the game is being played at. So they in their feelings when they see a woman performing at that level. So hypothetically to say, if it were affirmative action, this, that, and the third, whatever excuses they can conjure, so what, bro? It's a capitalistic society. You can innovate, you can create, you can do whatever you want. If you say, okay, hypothetically, now this is Dr. Mad's argument, is that this content is creating a narrative that black women should aspire to be CEOs and bosses. That's like saying if you put out a sports video of people playing football, that everyone's going to want to play football. And we all know that's a lie, because some people gravitate towards computers, other people gravitate towards sports, other people gravitate towards agriculture. So that's my issue with this red pill shit, is that there's this one-dimensional narrative that if a woman goes to work, then, oh, she's masculine. But guess what? Women have been working through the whole history of time. In the whole history of time, women have been working. Maybe not at the level of boardroom or CEO, but women have been working. And I'm not going to occupy too much time. But, yo, man, y'all need to bring the argument. Y'all need to bring a better argument, is that if this is bad, you know what I'm saying? Make a reason why it's bad. Bring the argument, man.
Yeah. No, and I agree with you, bro. You know, I mean, the thing is at the end of the day, like, you know, I hear these talking points that are so sticking to a particular framework. And I'm just like, but I think if you look outside of the framework and look at the bigger goddamn picture, like, we're looking at someone who's a wife that has children, right, with a husband. Right, like, and I think like people are superseding that with, oh, but she's got to be masculine to be in that particular position. So then, therefore, that's sending a bad signal to other women, which is all right. If you want to hold that particular point, then fine, go ahead, hold that particular point. But like, it's not my point. What I supersede is the community, right? And within the community, I see someone that's doing a tremendous things. So irrespective, and I get the point, is that it sends like a false flag out there to other women that want to say, oh, you know, I got to go out and do this, that, and third from an education perspective. But it's just like, yo, why are you so beholden to mediocrity?
Yeah. And here's another thing. Mm-hmm.
No, go ahead.
One of my mentors, right? You know, I'm out here in South Africa, but one of my mentors, she got an award for the best restaurant, the best grill spot in the whole country. You know what I'm saying? And she's a single mother with 2 kids. The marriage didn't work out. But what do we hear about single mothers all the time in the residential space? Oh, single mothers don't contribute to society. Single mothers this, single mothers that. But she runs a business that hires multiple people. She provides for the livelihood of multiple people. But people don't put that dimension or that conversation into the narrative. And then it turns into an echo chamber where it's like now we become the lynch mob. It's like now we become Knight Rider to go hunt all the single mothers, all the women doing good shit. Yo, like, let's grow. I think we need to grow up and be like, yo, you know what? She's an adult. She's made her life choices, and her life choices are better than a vast majority of our life choices. So what can we extract from her life choices, and how do we apply that into moving the envelope forward for the whole community, instead of being stuck on, oh, she's a black woman, oh, women are gonna sink. Nah, man, y'all, that's like a very rudimentary form of thought. We need to move the envelope forward and be like, yo, how do we all come together? And I could understand the point of your post. It's like, okay, cool. We're trying to move the envelope forward. Let's celebrate something positive. You know what I'm saying? But absolutely. I don't know. Y'all niggas want to be on Pornhub and watch these red pill rage videos. But the fuck out of here, man. Let me get other people a chance to speak, man. Get other people up there, man.
Jesus. Shout out to Intro in the building. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I love to compete. And I would offer anybody that has an issue with those that compete and show results, Scarcity mindsets. Absolute scarcity mindsets at the end of the day. Because I love to compete. So I have no issues with someone reaching a complete and utter peak. But instead, there's a lot of people that look down at the complete and utter peak and they project their own feelings of inadequacies on that.
Facts.
And then it exponentially feels worse when it's a woman that's doing that.
Yeah. And you know what makes it worse? People say, nah, if she's a CEO, she's going to be hypergamous. Nigga, she been married, bro. Look at the facts. She been married. You know what I'm saying? No, if women reach those high positions, just say, I don't have game to get women that make more money than me. Let me turn that into the argument, and that's why I don't like the post. Maybe I think that's the thing. I don't have the game to get women that make more money than me, and that's why I don't like the post. Maybe I think that's what they want to say, but they don't want to say it. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel some type of way. Get out of your feelings, man. Let me give other people a chance to come and disagree up in here.
There it is. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Man. All right, man. Next to the stage, Uncle Gary Grant in the building.
How you doing, little fam?
I appreciate you, man. It's been a minute since I've seen you. How are you?
I'm good, man. I see you're doing well. I'm very proud of you, young man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, man.
I mean, I like you owned your own home, man. I love seeing young people strive. Proud of you, man.
Yes,
I think most of these young people is missing the purpose of your post.
Okay.
I'll try to explain to them in plain terms. First of all, the young man showing you that they're celebrating a young man coming out of prison more than a black person achieving something that 0.000% achieve in life.
Yes, sir.
So I get that part. I think a lot of these guys, the previous two dudes that disagree with you about they're showing women in these positions, it's not a woman thing. I think the young man's trying to show you that black people can achieve things. This woman has done everything right.
That was the point of the post.
I don't know. You see, the little young fellow, Mr. Mad, he wants you to put everything down, her whole history, so then he can critique. But the problem with young people today, they don't like to read. See, when you put up the post, I went and I looked up this woman. And I said, "Oh my Lord!"
Yeah, accolades on accolades.
My Lord,
right? I'm like, oh shit, I got to work on my own shit.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought I was doing something. Yeah, I thought I was doing something. So instead, what reigns up in their mind is, okay, masculine traits, and instead of she's doing the goddamn thing.
You know,
it boggles my mind, bro. And I tried to be as like nice and receptive to like Dr. Mad and like these other things, and I'm just like, okay, so you're just gonna negate all of the awesome things that she has done to put my complexion on a pedestal. You're just gonna negate all of those things and instead go to this women this, women that. They're not supposed to be doing this. They're not supposed, and it boggles my goddamn mind. But what you heard from him though, I don't know if you heard this, Gary, is that he said billionaire, which means to me is that there's a clear misrepresentation of his idea of the type of money that these people make, the type of status, the clout, this, that, and the third. Like, I think there's a clear miss there, and they associate all of those things with this hyperbolic sense of achievement, and they project what it is that they think that they cannot achieve.
Well, I think it's the SMS syndrome, the single mother syndrome, because the way the young man was speaking is how most single mothers think. And as I'm saying, when I say they think that way, it's like, you didn't get that because you worked hard for it. You got that. I don't know how you got it. Don't care how you got it. But you didn't get that because you worked hard. That's out of their minds. You understand what I'm saying? This young man saying this woman's not a good role model, but could not provide you with a role model. So to me now, most young men that speak like that, they're from a single mother household. And you know that 80% of the young people today of our ilk, when I mean our hue, are from single mother household.
Yeah.
So when you were trying to make a point to the young man, he didn't listen. And a lot of people don't realize today, listening is a skill. And a lot of people don't have that skill because when you're speaking, most people wait for you just to finish so they can say what they want to say. That's why when you ask a question, they have to prereference it on something else before they say yes or no. So that's why I say it's single mother syndrome with those young people. I don't really understand the thinking of people today. You know I'm old.
Listen, the act of listening is a skill that I try to teach on this. I try to teach on this channel from time to time. I call it also listening on channel 2, because there's a listening and there's an active listening component in order to really and truly understand a person's point and position and to refute that specific point and or position. The first caller couldn't do that at all. Dr. Mad did that to a degree, but I think that my point will still remain is that if you try to supersede this whole traits thing in front of the success, in the fact that there's less than 1% of Fortune 500 CEOs that have to share the same race as me. And you want to try to supersede that shit with the bullshit on the side, right? Like I can't hold that point because your thinking is so small. Your thinking is so small. You're probably young. You don't have a good idea about Earth yet, right? You don't understand how much this shit matters. And the fact of the matter is that, like, if I look into my own life being a white collar dude, I started out in this world as a white collar dude. As I think about that, what I think about is the amount of people within my life that have helped me, given me the knowledge, the tutelage to get to the places that I have within my career, which is both black men and black women within corporate America, right? And have specifically positioned me in certain places well, in front of the correct people well. You know what I'm saying? And I see so many of these dudes like turning a blind eye to the knowledge that they can receive because of the gender. And I'm just like, oh shit. Are we that far behind? You know what I'm saying?
Well, female thinking in male bodies. Because
I think
now
it has a lot to do with that.
you know what I mean? Like they care how you got there, but didn't read how you got there. They're gonna tell you how you got there, but they didn't read the introduction, the story, and the finish.
Listen, bro. Uncle Gary.
It's good to hear
Uncle
from you.
Gary. You gotta, listen, I haven't seen you in a minute, my G. You gotta come back in the conversations because I wholeheartedly appreciate it, man. Last time you was in here, I think I had like 50,000 subscribers. I've been moving.
I know. That's why I had to come in and see that you're doing well, young man. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I'm proud of you, man.
And I appreciate that. I'm just trying to elevate and escalate. You understand?
Hey, man. See, you grew up with a pops.
Listen, at the end of the day, I'm all about executing. I don't care. At the end of the day, I look at what people are doing and I say to myself, there's nothing that should hold me back from doing any of that shit. There's no excuses. There's no excuses.
Not when we live in not when we live in this first world country.
No. My color of my skin, as the first color was bringing up, no, that has nothing to do with that.
No.
My gender, no, has nothing to do with that. Okay.
Female
my
points.
Execution. Say it again.
Female points. Color, gender.
All of the shit. Which is why the colorism argument is only on the female side of YouTube. It exists. It's only on the female side of YouTube. So when the first caller called in talking about this shit, I was so.
I seen you were taken aback.
I was just like, what the fuck? It can only exist there. It can only exist there. But I think a large degree and a part of that is it's a way to not focus in on improving yourself.
Well, hey,
that's
easiest
a different
way.
conversation for a different live stream.
All right, man. All right, you get the rest of the little fellas in. That's all I want to say, clear up a little point, because I think a lot of these people are missing this. That's why they're disagreeing with you, because I don't see the disagreement with you promoting black people. But hey,
Yes,
maybe I got it wrong.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Uncle Gary Green, I appreciate you. I appreciate
All
you.
right, peace and love, my little brother.
All right, man. Peace, bro. Okay, guys, listen. I got some ladies down in here. Hold on. Do I have dissenting comments towards the ladies? Let me figure this out. Hold up. Shout out to Miss Jackson.
Hello, can you hear me?
No, your mic is yeah. Restart whatever device you're on. All right. Let me get you out of here. Shout out to Taylor.
Hello, MTR. I hope
you?
are well tonight.
Doing all right. What's up? How are you?
Okay.
Do you not agree with me?
Oh, no. I had a question. I was gonna say something, and then I was gonna ask a couple questions
Okay,
about
okay.
this
What's up?
topic.
What's up?
Yeah, so I was in the chat earlier, and really the reason I came on is because I was confused about the earlier post. I didn't see any problem with the original post about the CEO woman. I mean, she's a perfect example of Black excellence. I was confused in the comments section, and then later I saw a post where you had her like up against that woman that was a scammer. So that was my question. Like, are we comparing? Or I'm not sure like how to like.
So the intent of me showing the two, I don't know if you've seen the videos earlier in the week where I went over the particular scammer, but the point of me bringing that up is that like I'm just confused what people want, because I bring up a video about a scammer who has got 3 kids, 2 baby daddies, is convincing women that you shouldn't want to bang with a dude unless he just puts you on a pedestal and provides ABC, XYZ without you showing anything of the work. I was comparing that to what I posted, which was a married woman, right, that has a family, has kids, that has ascended into a CEO of a Fortune 100 company, TIAA, which is a multi-billion-dollar company. And I was contrasting the two because they share the same race. And my issue is that I get hip hip hooray when I call out the scammers, and I get you are a simp when I call out women that are doing amazing things in the industry, that are doing amazing things for being first movers within that. So that was the portion of the conversation I was calling out.
Okay. Thanks for the clarification. Yeah, so I did watch the video that you had earlier this week about the scammer and how she got arrested and all that. That was really bad. And honestly, yes, I guess I can say this. I don't understand. I really don't understand what people want. I mean, yes, you do show a lot of the negative side of women's thinking and the toxicity and stuff like that. But then this positive post, which surprised me honestly when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, something nice. No offense, I'm saying you don't post nice things, but yeah. So I think that people should be happy about this situation. That guy that was saying that it's a masculine role. I mean, I believe I'll just give that example like of the Cosbys. Claire Huxtable, like, I know she's not real, but she was a lawyer, and she still had a cohesive family dynamic. She wasn't like masculine within. I think at the end of the day, when the woman comes home, she has to shed that CEO role to be a wife and a mother, And I think a lot of these men thinking that if you see a woman in like an intimidating, I guess to them kind of position, that they're going to be like that 24/7. Maybe that's where the animosity and the anger came from in the comments of that post.
Yeah, well, I think what it is the argument that I was hearing is that if you bring up someone that has achieved this particular role, right, you are then showing to other women things that they can aspire to, which is different than what I talk about on this channel, which is that men can typically go for masculine roles and women can go for more feminine roles. And if you look at what it takes to be a CEO, it's generally much more masculine roles. But I don't know the people. I don't know the person. So I get it from a general perspective what the point is. I get it from a general point, but I'm talking specifically because I think like at the end of the day, my argument is that, from a general perspective, you can make any argument that you absolutely can. You can make any argument. It's very easy to counteract that argument. We can have a discussion about it. I'm talking specifically. Specifically, I don't know that person. But what I do know is that if I look at her accolades, if I look at the places that she's given public speeches, if I looked at the way that she conducts herself, and I was going to play a video over here, if I look at the things on right, like what I'm seeing is someone that has achieved many awesome things, and she happens to be married. She happens to have a family. She happens to have children and a husband. So my thing is like at the end of the day, I don't know. But to supersede her accomplishments with it's not good because women might see that and go and try to achieve that, it's some scarcity mindset bullshit. And I don't fuck with that. So I had to make that abundantly
surely.
clear. I had to make that abundantly clear because I think that the majority of dudes that have issues with what this is being said is dudes that don't want to compete. And the fact of the matter is that the dudes that's on my Patreon are competitors, right? So these are not the typical dudes that would be in and around me within my life that feel as though that a woman becoming a CEO was somehow a negative on the community. That's not what I have within my Patreon. That's not who I am as a person. So I would challenge these dudes on their particular perspective, right? Because I don't operate from a stream of consciousness of complete and utter scarcity. Okay, that's not what I do. But if they want to operate in that it's negative to see a woman becoming a CEO and what that might mean for other women, then that's fine. That's fine. That's the reality that they live in. We can agree to disagree.
Yes, and I honestly I think it's a lot of that comes from a place of like insecurity or like it's almost like the audacity of her to achieve this level of excellence and success, because she's a woman, specifically a Black woman. Her husband didn't have a problem with it. So I guess that's all I really wanted to say. Thank you for clearing that up though. Because I was really confused about like if we were comparing the two women or whatnot. But yeah, thank you so much. And I'll be down in the chat room. Have a good night.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. So listen, guys, we have a full lobby, but I really don't have time. What I do have time for is to go down into my my Patreon and my Discord group to continue this conversation. And I want to get real. I want to get authentic. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this from the true feelings that I want to say. At the end of the day, you can have dissenting views, and I agree that we need to have a conversation about it. But that's the extent of what I need to agree to. Okay? That's the extent that I want to agree to. Outside of that, let's have a future conversation. Guys, link down. Let me put the patreon.com/. Dang, I was just setting up that StreamYard. Well, then you gotta come on here a little bit sooner. Okay, you gotta come on here a little bit sooner. All right, guys, I just left the link. I think I just left the link down up in there. I left the link down in there for my Patreon. If you guys want to be involved with the inner circle to take these conversations to another level, to be involved with those that are trying to build upon the conversations that we have from a public perspective, feel free to click on that link down in the description box down below. We got mostly men in there and a couple of women that are trying to find out some new things that they might have learned before within their lives. Okay? So let's get down in there. You understand what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this is a critical thinking, a cerebral chat channel. And the more that we can have these conversations, ultimately, the better. All right? Hold on. I got some other shit over here I want to use. Okay, here we go. By the way, of the folks that came in here and chatted here tonight, I apologize for those that are unable to speak. All right? But for the ones that have dissenting views but didn't come out here and speak, a shout out to Dr. Matt for at least coming up here and voicing his opinion. Okay? Do understand that I think that the biggest benefit is to talk about things with people that do not agree. And we're going to continue to have these smoke chats. We're going to continue to have these smoke chats because I am tired of dudes. I am tired of dudes that are okay with mediocrity. I'm tired of that shit. I'm absolutely tired. As if the success of another somehow doesn't represent your struggles. I am floored in your arena of being a masculine role because someone chose to do it better and execute it better. You could blame it on affirmative action all you want. Or are they just better than you? This world comes down to results. This world comes down to outcomes. Where it is that you reside. Because at the end of the day, I know where it is that I reside. I'm focused on results. At the end of the day. And if you don't agree with it, or you non-results motherfuckers, unsubscribe. Get the fuck up out of here. Because at the end of the day, we seek accountability. The content on the channel, we can point a finger at bad behavior all day. But all you unaccountable motherfuckers, if you don't like the message, do like this. Bye. Bye. Guys, we got to get out of here. I'm going to go down to my Patreon so we can have a conversation. All right. Questions, comments, concerns. Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tourism reviews at gmail.com. Don't forget to hit the like button or the dislike button on the way out. Let's have a conversation about it. We'll wholeheartedly appreciate it. All right. Until next time, YouTube.